This is Moseley Rugby Roundup. Coming up, analysis and highlights from the game against Esher, and we speak to Moseley's Mike Ellery. Hello and welcome to Moseley Rugby Roundup. I'm Paul Bradley and I'm joined in our Fort Dunlop studios by rugby correspondent Brian Dick. Hi Brian.
Hi Paul.
Well, we'll start today's programme talking about that win against Esher, and we'll come on to the game against London Scottish shortly. First of all, your verdict on that win against Esher?
Yeah, well, the theory doing the rounds at Bilsey Common is that they started off too well. They scored a try in the first couple of minutes. Were 10-0 up fairly quickly as well, and then they just took their foot off the gas completely. They ended up going in 14-13 down at half time, having already played down the slope with the wind, and you know those two factors have been pretty important in the matches so far. So I don't think there was a huge amount of positivity at half time. However, I think a rocket from Kevin Maggs did the trick, and they played up the hill in the second half. Exactly the way it has to be done. They kept the ball in hand. They showed good continuity. They scored 3 tries. They got the bonus point. They defended well at the end to stop Esher getting anything from the game. So yeah, really good at the end. Yeah, so you know it was a job well done. Although you know maybe they didn't set out to skin the cat in the way they ended up doing it.
And one player stood out for you in particular? Yeah,
Mike Ellery. Again, he wasn't given man of the match. A couple of his teammates think he should have been. Absolutely outstanding pace from the base of the scrum. He's very reminiscent of James Rodwell in the way he picks up and goes with his speed, and he's a real threat. And Moseley, if we're honest, maybe lacked that a little bit last year. Chevy Pennycook is an excellent player, their best player last season, but different sort of player. So having those afterburners from the base of the scrum is very good for Moseley, and Ellery's played, you know, arguably being man of the match in 3 of their first 4 games.
And he scored a cracking try as well. Talk us through that score.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, you have to remind yourself that this is a back row forward making an outside break and outpacing a defence from 50 metres here. You know, there aren't many guys in the division that can do that play in the back row. It was almost like a centre doing it. It was absolutely sensational, and you know, not the first time he's done it this season. He scored from his own half against Cornish Pirates as well. So, you know, a lot of eyes on Mike, and with good reason, because after a pretty modest first season, he's been sensational this season.
Fantastic. Well, after the game we caught up with Mike Ellery, and here were his thoughts.
We started really well. I don't think we were used to starting that well, and then we sat off it a bit, just thinking we had it in the bag, not in the bag, but thought we could just sit off a bit. Yeah. Then we got a bit of a at half time, and came out second half, changed teams. So the plan was to keep it tight. Look, because we got a bit of a telling off because the forwards weren't carrying at half time. So I think all the forwards put their hands up, carried, getting around the corner, because in the first half everyone was being lazy. Yeah. We were just hitting back where we were, but the second half we worked hard around the corner. Yeah. So yeah, I think that made a bit of difference.
That was Mike Ellery. Now he's also going to be an important factor against London Scottish in the next game.
Yeah, he is. It's London Scottish are a good side. What they've got is a lot of experience. So they've got James Brown at 10, who played at Worcester. They've got Gary Truman at 12, who played at Worcester. Simon Amor, who will be at 9. So they've got experience in very important areas. So what Moseley will have to do is they'll have to make sure they don't turn over too much ball. They don't make errors. They play sensibly, basically. I think what could give them the edge is they've got some exciting players in their backs. Billy Robinson and Brad Hunt and Greg King, guys that can get over the gain line and do so with pace. So it's certainly a game Moseley can win, and if they did, they'd be 2 from 2 in the championship, and really on a roll and going well.
Okay, Brian. Well, thanks for your thoughts today, and thank you for watching. We'll be back again next week with more Moseley Rugby Roundup.